attacked in waves for the next 20 eons, unrelenting, never stopping. After this, they eventually broke through the lines, and Satan himself was faced by an army of near infinite proportions of Rhodesian light infantrymen threatening to have his head on a stake. So Satan cast himself into the eternal abyss to save himself from the torment and agony of being tortured and captured as a war prisoner by the James K. Polk Allied Front. After slaughtering Satan, there was literally nothing left in the universe to destroy. So the James K. Polk Allied Front disbanded, and James K. Polk reigns as the eternal ruler of the universe forever.
So I'm pretty sure you started taking over the story as soon as the dude first started praying.
Yes, this is true. This is correct. Actually, that was the first part where I started adding onto the story, and then I thought there were a few more iterations. They were trying to do like really tame stuff, like okay, so like they fell into the pit. Oh no, there was a Robin called E, and E would revive James K. Polk the first time he fell into the pit. Then he fell into another pit and had to pray to the Elder Gods because E was unable to revive him a second time. But this was like Liam, Scott, and Reed were all like pitching in these minor things, like oh yeah, so then like E would come over and revive him, and then he fell into a mine shaft, and there was like a cow named Buffalo or something, I don't know. But this cow fell into a mine shaft, but no one really gave a shit, so they kind of let him stay down there. But then like it was my turn again. I'm like, Theophrastus prayed to the Elder Gods to become resurrected with infinite knowledge and power and immortality, and rise to annex the entirety of the globe under his dominion. And it kind of quickly spiraled out of control. There were about 9 world wars. There was World War I and II, for obviously, those already happened. But then there was World War III, which was James K. Polk annihilating the world. World War IV, which was James K. Polk conquering space. Not James K. Polk, sorry, Theophrastus. Because James K. Polk was kind of doing his own thing this whole time. World War V was, I think, James K. Polk versus World War V was a 3-way between James K. Polk, Theophrastus, and the Bobby Harvey powers. And World War VI was World War VI was not the big one. World War VI was James K. Polk versus Theophrastus, and then they agreed to form an alliance after that. World War VII was the big one. This was the one between Harvey, Bobby, and the James K. Polk, Theophrastus Allied Front. World War VII was the bloodiest by far besides the Hell War. And World War VII lasted a very long time. There were 200 million quintillion deaths in the first 10 minutes of combat in World War VII. It was an absolute slaughterhouse.
On which side?
Both sides. In total, there were that many deaths.
Were they just flinging nukes at each other like?
Oh yes. I forgot to tell you about this. World War V ended with the destruction of the solar system, and with the detonation of a 400 petaton thermonuclear warhead in the center of our solar system, literally annihilating everything in our solar system. So just vaporizing it. To this day, no one's really sure who fired the nuclear warhead or who produced it. It was just known that at some point, a very large warhead appeared in the middle of the galaxy and exploded promptly thereafter, killing most everyone. Except for James K. Polk, Harvey, Bobby, and Theophrastus, who all prayed to the Elder Gods and therefore were spared. The Elder Gods were very important.
Well, what are Rhodesian soldiers?
That came after World War VIII.
Oh.
So at some point, all the Lovecraftian horrors like Cthulhu rose from the dead to help Theophrastus conquer the world. I think that was World War IV when that all happened. And then he prayed to the Elder Gods once again, and Cthulhu was relegated to living underground once again. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, World War VIII. World War VIII happened. That was between Theophrastus. Oh, sorry. World War VII ended with the killing of Harvey, and the capture of. So Harvey was a chicken this whole time, by the way. With the capture of Harvey the chicken, killing Harvey the chicken, and Bobby was sent into exile. Bobby was a sheep. Bobby was sent into exile, and then sometime between World War VIII and IX. 2 things happened. Bobby was found and killed, and the army of Rhodesian soldiers was created by James K. Polk, who previously had slaughtered Theophrastus in World War VIII. Because the reason this happened was because the Elder Gods revoked their infinite protection of both James K. Polk and Theophrastus, causing infighting, and the 2 sides clashed. I think Theophrastus cloned himself, and James K. Polk created the army of Rhodesians. He made a couple of... James K. Polk trained an elite army, and Theophrastus made like, I think Theophrastus only fought with himself actually. No, that was the Harvey. Harvey fought with only himself. When they captured Bobby fought, it was only himself versus 47 of the most elite trained units ever. The battle ended with 43 casualties of the elite units and the capture of Bobby. That's a little side note though, that wasn't a very big conflict. World War VIII was between Theophrastus and James K. Polk. Theophrastus
That's
lost.
not how I. That encounter of like 47 with like 47 of the most elite trained units. That did not end how I thought it would.
43 lost to a sheep, but the remaining 4 were able to successfully contain the sheep, which was good for
They
the.
didn't even kill the sheep.
That was good. That was a major victory for the James K. Polk Theophrastus Allied front before they quickly descended into infighting at some period in there. We're not really sure on the details because everyone was kind of annihilated at that point. I think after World War V, Earth got destroyed, so the entire Chinese slave population, which at that point had been breeding profusely and now numbered about 60 trillion on the planet of Earth, had been annihilated as well. So there was another 60 trillion casualties somewhere in World War V. But compared to the other casualties, we decided not to mention them because irrelevant. Yeah, Earth was kind of evaporated after that. World War IX was the Hell War, in which all the Rhodesian soldiers attacked Hell. James K. Polk was very specific. They had to be Rhodesian light infantrymen resurrected from the dead. He would not accept anyone else. There were applicants, but he turned them
What were
away.
Liam and Scott and Reed doing at this point? Were they just listening?
Yeah, they were just kind of listening. That was pretty much the whole thing. After World War IX, there wasn't really anyone left for James K. Polk to attack, so he just couldn't really attack anyone.
What about Heaven?
That was where the elder gods existed, and he didn't want to attack them because they could annihilate him because they had granted him eternal life and they could take it just as easily.
Yeah, they also like granted him like thousands of Rhodesian.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't want to attack them. So some say James K. Polk killed himself after World War IX because there was nothing left to attack but himself. Others say he went on to conquer the multiverse and conquer multiple universes under his domain, which brings us to the unofficial lore, which brings us to World War X. World War X took place. Oh yeah, there was some battle on some really obscure planet at some point, but no one really cares. World War X took place in universe 36-A-B-C-E-F 32R J H EV 34 22 11 89 18 55 21 43 892 A C 64 22 ABX Theta. And in this universe proved especially difficult for James K. Polk because there were approximately 30 million times 10 to the 99999999999 enemy soldiers present on one single planet, roughly the size of Mercury.
Wait, what the? How did that even work? Are they like the size of ants?
They were roughly the size of a single molecule of hydrogen. They were very small. And all of these soldiers, because they were very hard to see, James K. Polk's Rhodesian infantrymen were very ineffective at killing them because they could not physically see the enemy. So what James K. Polk did was he remembered that the large warhead had been detonated. What fucking time is it? Okay, I have 2 minutes. The large warhead had been detonated prior, in previous world wars, which was about 36 trillion eons prior. But the large warhead was very effective. So he constructed a new warhead. This one is even bigger. This one was 48 million times 10 to the 999943891 petatons of pure nuclear annihilation. And this was detonated on a planet roughly the size of Mercury. Needless to say, the blast was felt through multiple universes.
Multiverses.
Multiple multiverses.
Yeah.
And the resulting casualties, not only on the one planet of Mercury, but through the multiple universes, which were also evaporated as a result of the extremely large warhead, was immeasurably large. Suffice to say, there is no actual computer that is able to process the amount of digits required to display the actual number of casualties created by this blast. James K. Polk and the Rhodesian infantrymen survived because they prayed to the elder gods and thus were not killed. That was World War X. There were many Rhodesian light infantrymen killed. Actually, there were not many. There was only about 20. They had 20 casualties because they were very effective. They had 20 casualties and 58 wounded. And so their kill-death ratio was definitely in their favor after that battle. James K. Polk, pleased with the results, decided that it was 12:30 and that he had to go to math class soon. No, James K. Polk, pleased with the results, decided to conquer more multiverses, and his adventures will be told after I get back from math class.
How
because-
wait, how much did you get the whole spot here?
All of it.
No, like
Oh,
right now.
up to World War IX had been previously disclosed. I had to kind of like redo, like I knew the events, but I had to rethink all the numbers and everything. There's no way I can remember those.
Okay.
However,
so
everything after World War IX
the
was on the
multiverse.
spot. That was all on the spot.
Wow. It's got to be either the most stupid or most amazing story I've ever heard.
And
Perhaps
probably the most
both.
amazing.